way, she's coming to see our council members.
Who?
The American Reinvestment Act. And she caught me last night.
If I see
I
her,
don't have-
if I see her once a year,
I don't have time for that.
I see her once a year.
Well, I was stunned when I was leaving and she was sitting there.
Hey, that was a nice rap. That was a nice rap.
Mr. Clerk.
I had 2 events. I had that and this. We did the.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newark Municipal Council's special meeting. Madam President, in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice has been provided to the Star Ledger, the Jersey Journal, and to the public at large establishing the date, time, and location of this meeting. May I have a roll call of those present, please?
Present.
Present.
Present. Here.
Here.
Madam President, the first item on the agenda is item on first reading an ordinance adopting the 21st Amendment to the Urban Renewal Plan for the Old Third Ward Urban Renewal Project.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clerk.
6FA is an ordinance adopting the 21st Amendment to the Urban Renewal Plan for the Old Third Ward Urban Renewal Project.
Yes, that's Kruger.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Yes. Council of the Whole to adopt on
Roll
first?
call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Next item is
6B is an ordinance amending Ordinance 6PS and FC adopted on January 5th, 2017, authorizing the mayor and/or his designee, the acting director of the Department of Economic and Housing Development, to enter into an amended agreement for the conveyance of real property from the New Jersey School Development Authority, modifying fees to be paid by the city for the release of certain restrictions.
Madam President, if I
the
may.
comments, Councilman.
We got an email from Economic Development establishing some monies that are going to be transfers. I don't know if the money is going to be transferred to the city or if the city is paying for the land that we're getting. I just wanted to have a clarification on that.
Good morning, Council President, Council members. Larry Crumph,
Morning.
Economic and Housing
Morning.
Development. So the release fees that reduced are release fees for the properties that the developer will have to pay in order to develop the properties. We can provide you with a list.
We have the list of, it's like $1,007,000, I believe it is, or something like
Yes,
that.
that's correct.
I just wanted to know, are we paying that to the state or is the developer paying that to the city?
The developer will be paying that to the state. That's to release the properties
Okay.
from restriction.
Okay, and the city then, how the city benefits in terms of,
Well, the city benefits a couple of ways. Number one, there's going to be an early childhood center that's going to be developed by the developer, as well as some other residential properties. And
so they're
commercial.
going to be in the tax rolls, and that's the benefit that we get?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Any other comments, questions?
No.
Mr. Clerk?
Roll call.
Roll call. Yes.
Council of the Whole.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Madam President, the items adopted on first reading today will be advertised in accordance with law, and a public hearing will be held at the special council meeting of February 14th, beginning at 10 a.m. here in the council chamber. Ordinance on public hearing, second reading and final passage. 6PS and FA is an ordinance providing for the vacation of a portion of South 11th Street as laid out 60 feet in width and beginning at the southerly line of Gould Avenue, a distance of 429 feet southerly, more or less to its terminus. This is the West Ward project. Is there anyone present that wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing, Mr. Clerk.
Madam President,
I'm sorry, Councilman.
yeah, in the absence
Ramos?
of Councilman McCollum, I'll move it.
I'll second.
There's a mover and a seconder. Mr. Clerk.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Resolutions. Resolution 7R1A is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Administration for application and agreements with HUD for a one-year action plan.
Councilman, you want to say anything?
Madam President, I just want to thank Councilwoman Cheney-Field Jenkins and Council President Crump for attending this morning's CDBG subcommittee meeting. So we had an opportunity to meet with Mr. Colon and have a number of our questions answered, and some requests for information were made as well. So we're comfortable putting this up for a
Right.
vote.
Any other comments? If not, Mr. Clerk,
Council of the whole to adopt.
roll call.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
7R2A is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Economic and Housing Development for the 2018 annual budget for the Mount Prospect Avenue Neighborhood Improvement District.
I'd like to move, Madam President.
Second.
There's a second from Councilman Gonzalez.
Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Madam President, because this item is a budget item, by law, this is simply the introduction of the budget. There must be a public hearing on this item before it is finally adopted. The public hearing will take place at the special council meeting of February 27th, beginning at 10 a.m. here in the council chamber.
Thank you.
To the Added Starter page.
Can I get a copy of the added starter page? No, mine is in there. I'm
You
sorry.
find one?
Yes.
7R1B is a authorizing resolution for the Department of Administration for a bid contract to provide work clothes and accessories for city employees.
Sponsor.
There are several seconds.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
7R1C is an authorizing and amending resolution for the Department of Administration to use a state contract to increase the amount to be spent on software license and related services.
Next item.
7R1D is a authorizing and amending resolution for the Office of Administration for the use of a state contract to increase the amount to be spent on the NASPA Value Point computer equipment and add the Department of Water Sewer Utility as a user agency to this contract.
Sorry, Mr. Clerk. Council as a whole?
Through 7R1D, Council of the whole.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
7R9A is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Public Safety for a General Service Administration contract. This is starting Phase 2 of the upgrade and maintenance video wall controller to ensure the interconnectivity between the city's Emergency Operations Center, the city's mobile EOC, and the state and federal agencies.
Move it.
Second.
There's a second, Mr. Clerk.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
7R12A is a authorizing resolution for the Department of Water Sewer Utilities for professional services contract for professional engineering service on an as-needed basis.
Council as a whole, Mr. Clerk.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Madam President, before
Yes,
we adjourn,
Councilman Gonzalez.
I just wanted to,
Wait, did we do communications?
We'll come back to it.
the, I just wanted to send a letter to the administration to consider the viability of closing from 6 to 10 Halsey Street during spring, summer, and autumn, so that the businesses can have they say tables on the street and make it a pedestrian street instead of having all the traffic going through there, so that we can have the people of the city come and enjoy a nice dinner at evening or entertainment in the city of Newark. We have that in, let's say, there are some other places that have that. In Puerto Rico, there is a place called La Placita, and you have on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, you have 4,000 people enjoying themselves and spending money in the city. And I believe that we have an audience here, the students, that are going someplace else because we don't have a place that they can safely entertain themselves. So I believe that that's something that we should explore, and something that would be good not only for the business downtown, but it would be good for everyone in the city of Newark.
Councilman,
Excellent. Councilman Osborne.
Well, I would go from Central Avenue to the terminus here.
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
I would go from Central Avenue
From Central
to
Avenue.
the terminus of, from, I believe it's Hill Street.
Okay.
Or Court Street, I believe it is, the one that Halsey finishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Cheneyfield Jenkins.
Council President said to me, Gail, isn't that your idea? You mentioned it before, and I so wholeheartedly support it. I've talked about the fact that on McDougal Street and places in Jersey City where they close down and make the pedestrian friendly atmosphere for businesses, and they've done that a couple of times with some of the events that they've had. And so when Prudential Towers was first opened, that was one of the things I had asked the city to do. So I certainly support doing something like that on Halsey Street.
Anyone else? Thank you. Again, I'm excited about it becoming a pedestrian area. We've talked about it for a while.
The only thing we have to do is make sure that we really coordinate with the parking authority, because we still have the issue
Oh, yes,
of the
absolutely.
people not being able to park that live in that area. And I'd ask that we do a special, because there are folks that live in the Haynes building in particular that are getting banged, and we've heard Mike James come before us, the businessman who sits on the Newark downtown district, that used to have Pleasure Palette, him and his wife Amelia. Yes, and it's still an issue because we're issuing 5 permits for businesses on Halsey Street, and some of them don't have 5 employees. And the issue is you have people who live there who are driving around trying to find someplace. So if you live in the Haynes building and you try to park without paying the $243, which is the cheapest parking monthly in that area, if you try to park on the street, there's no consideration for those people on Saturdays. They got to get up on Saturdays every 2 hours and feed the meter. And, at some point in time, we have to get our hands around and come up with a realistic solution for people who are moving downtown, because of the simple fact we're not going to increase the number of streets we have, but we have to come up with a plan in which it will be affordable and not punitive for them for investing in moving downtown.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Madam President.
Yes, Councilman.
One other thing that
Osborne.
I think we ought to look at on that Halsey Street thing is that Rutgers started building that honor student dormitory right there, and I'm assuming by mid-spring it's going to be in full bloom with concrete trucks and a lot of alternate traffic. They're already hauling dirt out on the Halsey Street side.
But
So I think-
they would do that during the day, not in the
Right.
not in
Well,
the
it all
evening.
depends. That job is like a year behind
My proposal is
schedule.
that we study the possibility of doing it in the evening. During the day, we need that. Yeah, during the day we need that street to be open, but in the evening, I don't think that there's that much traffic there.
So we look forward to the feasibility study? and-
Yes.
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 Mr. Clerk?
Madam President, I'm sorry.
Yes, Councilwoman.
When I was walking in, I was late coming up to the podium because I was on the phone with a former councilman, Hank Martinez, and to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Martinez says that he and his wife, who is a former city employee, are out of pocket a great deal of money for medicines. And to date, they've not been reimbursed for things that they've submitted since November. And they try and call. And unfortunately, they've not been getting access. There's a number that they were told to call, and when they call that number, it goes into a voicemail, but they're saying that, unfortunately, they don't feel, they've spoken to other retirees, and they still are not getting reimbursed for the monies that they've spent out of pocket thus far. So what's the status with the health care?
There are 15,000 employees and retirees that are covered. We are reimbursing methodically everyone that has submitted a claim to the city. We've reimbursed thousands of retirees. I don't know the exact status of Mr. Martinez's claim and his wife's. If you provide me with his phone number, we have one employee that's dedicated to do nothing but reimburse the retirees, because up and through December 31st, we are reimbursing employees for the difference in copays. Now, January 1, with a new Navitas program, there won't be any difference in copays. Again, please provide me with his phone number, and we'll follow up and provide the exact status of his reimbursement.
Okay, and I brought to Keisha's attention that I received a reimbursement, and I thought it was cute. I know I'm running for mayor, but it said for retirees. I'm not retired yet, y'all. I'm not going yet, folks. But it said retiree reimbursement for prescriptions, and I brought her the check because I did not want to cash it. And she said that because it's the one pool of money, that Ms. Williams should not have sent me the letter. She should have sent a letter saying this was reimbursement for my physical therapy. So is Yolanda Williams the person that's assigned for that?
She is. I will bring that to her attention, and we'll make sure that the correct letter is forwarded to you.
Yes, thank you. But
Thank you.
I will provide you with Mr. Martinez's number.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk?
Back to the regular
Communications.
agenda. We are on page 5. This is an ordinance. 8A is an ordinance to amend Ordinance 6 PSNFB adopted on March 6, 2013 by expanding the Ironbound Special Improvement District. I have a request from the Department of Economic and Housing Development asking the council to advance and adopt this item on first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Advance, move, advance, and adopt. Pardon me.
Yes.
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 This item was adopted as 6FC, and it will be advertised in accordance with law, and a public hearing will be held at the special council meeting of February 14th, 2018, beginning at 10 a.m. here in the council chamber. Madam President, there is no conference meeting at this time, so that means that we are now in the speaking portion of this meeting. This is a 30-minute period in which speakers will be given 3 minutes to speak. When you begin speaking, you will see a small timing device on the podium in front of you, which will begin counting down your time. When you reach the 2-minute mark, the yellow light will illuminate, and when you reach your 3rd minute, the red light will illuminate, and there will be an audible sound. Please look forward and speak into the microphone. We are recording these proceedings, and if you turn away, we may miss part of your statement. Please address all questions to the chair and not to individual council members. Is there anyone present that wishes to speak at this time?
No one appearing.
No one appearing? Motion, council to hold to adjourn.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you, everybody. Can I see the people from OEM for a minute? Hallelujah.